Welcome back to the channel. This is the 2013 AgriPass paper 1. Alright, so without further ado, let us get straight into the questions. Question number 1. A farmer who does not use pesticides or chemical fertilizers is most likely practicing A. Crop farming, B. Mixed cropping, C. Organic farming, D. Continuous farming. The answer is C. Organic farming. Question number 2. Gross domestic product is the total value of goods and services produced in a country. So the keyword is produced. Alright, question number 3. An agronomist is a person who specializes in the study of. The answer is D. Growth and management of crops. Question number 4. Which of the following constraints to agriculture cannot be remedied by the government? The answer is D. Topography. So topography refers to the slope of the land, whether it is hilly or flat or slightly sloping. The government cannot control topography, but the others, they can. Question number 5. Biodiversity refers to the answer is C. So the key components of the definition is that it speaks about the different species of organisms and also the habitat. So once it's speaking about different organisms, which bio means living, diversity means different. So it is the sum of all the different organisms and also their habitats in which they live. Alright, question number 6. The acronym CDB represents, the answer is D, Caribbean Development Bank. And also remember that this institution is also regional. It's found within the Caribbean and serve the Caribbean countries. Question number 7. In food safety, the acronym GMP stands for, that's the answer. C. Good mothering products. D. Good marketing practices. So the answer is G. Good manufacturing practices. Question number 8. The growing of crops without soil is called, answer is C. The best answer is C. Hydroponics. Question number 9. If the price of a product at farm gate is high, farmers will want to, the answer is C. Supply more. Now, if the selling price, so the price we're talking about when we're speaking about demand and supply, so in this case, we're talking about supply. So supply is defined from the seller's perspective. Now, the price we're talking about is the selling price. So the selling price for goods is high. The supplier would want to supply more because they would want to maximize their profit. They want to get a larger income. Okay, you can also remember to refer back to my lectures. I did a couple lectures on demand and supply, diminishing return, and a few other business topics, factors of production, etc. Question number 10. A central agency buys from farmers and sells to consumers. The agency also set up certain prices for agricultural produce. Functions such as these related mainly to, the best answer is marketing. So this is all the activities involved getting your products sold. So that's marketing. Question number 11. Which of the following is not considered a factor of production? A. Land, B. Capital, C. Marketing, D. Management. The answer is C. Marketing. Question number 12. On a subsistence farm, labor is mainly supplied by A. Hired workers, B. The farmer and his family. The answer is B. The farmer and his family. Of course, subsistence farming means just farming enough to eat. Not a lot, just enough to have for food, to supply dinner, breakfast, etc. Question number 13. Item 13 refers to the following graph. Alright, so here you have the output, here you have the input. So looking at this, you notice this is the diminishing return graph, the law of diminishing return graph. Alright, which stage would be most economic for farmers to produce tomato? Most economical. Now the answer would be stage 2. This is a section, so that would be B only because it says most. Now, these are your inputs. So if you remember, the law of diminishing return is that a business will add inputs. So in this case, just one of them, which is the fertilizer, he's adding fertilizer on his tomato farm. As he increased the amount of fertilizer, say he might start with 1 pound and 2 pounds and 3 pounds, you realize that the production is going up for his tomato. So that is represented by the graph going up, right? And then it reaches the maximum point, which is here. And then production output starts to go down. Alright, so section 3 would be your diminishing return. So as I said, the stage 2 would be your most suitable answer. So that is where you see we are right here where output is high. So section 2 would represent this area of the output, which is very high. So your answer is stage 2. So what this means is that the farmer is buying fertilizer. This is the stage where you will not have any wasting of or wastage of inputs of the fertilizer. So it's getting maximum output of tomatoes here, but no wastage of fertilizer. Here, over stage 3, you will have wastage of fertilizer. In stage 1, it is not economical as yet because he's not getting the full amount of output that he can get from his fertilizer. Question number 14. Which of the following is least important when a farmer is applying for a loan? A resume, B, a budget, C, collateral, D, credit history. The answer is A, resume. They would always want to see a budget. A collateral is what you put in place of a loan. So if you borrow their loan, they want something to hold on to. So if you cannot pay over their loan, if you cannot pay the loan, they'll hold on to that security and take it. Alright, so like for example, your land title, your credit history, a number of banks, what they do, they have your history. So they all link up. And if you owe a bank, if you owe them and you don't pay, they can check and find out that you're not paying for your loan. So if you borrow a loan at Scotiabank and you did not pay properly and you still owe on that loan and you have a bad history with them, and you go to another bank, NCB, to borrow a loan, they can check up on the internet for your credit history and see that you did not pay up your loan on your Scotia account. Question number 15. Which of the following are true about the management structure of a cooperative? 1. Offices are elected every 2 years. No. Offices normally are elected every 1 year, so this is not correct. 2. It is managed by an elected committee. Yes. 3. All farmers of good character can join the cooperative. Yes. So the answer is C, 2 and 3 only. Question number 16. Question number 16. Subsidies are granted A, as welfare to farmer, B, to encourage production. The answer is B, to encourage production. So the government gave subsidies or grants to farmers to help them to produce more. Alright, question number 17. Which of the following is not a fixed cost? Not a fixed cost. A, depreciation. That's a fixed cost. B, repairs to building. That's a variable cost. So the answer is B. C, insurance is fixed. D, tax is also fixed. Question number 18. Farmer cards enable a farmer to best answer is D. To plan and budget for his enterprise. Question number 19. Which of the following statements describes a partial budget? 1. It contains only those income and expense items which change and not total values. So which change? That would mean yes. It is used in situations that require change in farm plan. Change in farm plan is also good. 3. The profitability of different farms can be compared. No. And why that is so is because it's not the complete budget. The partial budget just speaks about the changes you make, not the entire enterprise, just a part of the enterprise. So it would not be suitable to compare the profitability of different enterprises. So the answer is 1 and 2 only, A. Question number 20. Which of the following organizations aim to promote agriculture development, improve nutrition, and pursue food security? FAO. So the answer is C, which is FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization. And this is a international institution. Alright, so just like how you'd have your regional institution, we have the FAO, which is an international institution. Alright, question number 21. The type of soil that is formed in an area depends mainly on the D. Type of parent material. And remember, if you remember this soil profile, you see you should remember the parent material are the bedrock. So soil is formed from rocks. So parent material here is speaking about the rocks that the soils are formed from. Alright, question number 22. A soil sample taken from Miss Alice's farm show a pH reading of 7. This soil is said to be A. Alkalinic, B. Neutral. So 7 on the pH scale. If you remember the pH scale, we have acidic. So from 1 to 6 is acidic, 7 is neutral, from 8 to 14 that would be alkalinic. Alright, question number 23. Which of the following are found in the root nodules of leguminous plants? Alright, the answer is C, bacteria. And the name of this bacteria is the Rhizobium bacteria. So they live symbiotically in the roots of legumes plant, and they help to fix nitrogen gas to urea. So if you can recall the nitrogen cycle, you will understand that process. Alright. Question number 24. To reduce the impact of water flowing down a hillside, a farmer should D. Practice contour farming. Right, contour farming. Alright, so contour farming is done normally when you have hill lands. So say this is a hill, you would plant your crops, or you'd practice contour farming. So you plant the crops going across the hill. So this imaginary line that go across the hill, you call it contour. So you plant the crops are going across the hill. So when the water comes, these contours, the roots hold the soil and slow down the flow of water on the hill. The faster water flow from a hill, you'll have more soil erosion. Alright, question number 25. Rainfall pattern over the last 10 years can be used as A. an inventory record, B. a production record, C. a financial record, D. a prediction record. The answer is D, a prediction record. Question number 26. Which of the following crops is not usually harvested mechanically? Corn, that can be harvested mechanically. B. Rice, rice can also be harvested mechanically. C. Watermelon, no. So the answer is C. It's too soft, it will get damaged. D. Sugarcane can be harvested mechanically as well. So when you're harvesting, the aim is to prevent damage to the produce. And alright, so the watermelon is more vulnerable to damage from machines. Alright, 27. Which of the following practices will not assist in maintaining soil fertility? The answer is A. Staking. So staking is when you give support to plants when you don't want them to touch on the ground. So for example your tomatoes. So you place a stick in the soil that you can tie your tomatoes plants on. Alright, so this stick here would be your stake, and the process is called staking. So providing support for your plants is staking. So the answer is A. Question number 28. The development of roots on a stem to form a new plant while it is still attached to the parent plant is known as A. Budding, no. B. Layering, yes. Question number 29. So this should be 29. Hypogeal germination is shown by A. Corn. Alright, hypogeal germination means the cotyledon of the seed. The corns of the seeds don't come above the ground during germination, right? So all grass plants, all plants that related to corn would go through this type of germination. Alright, the other type would be epigeal. So like all the dicots would go through epigeal germination. So monocots go through hypogeal, and dicots go through epigeal germination. Question number 30. Which of the following are necessary for photosynthesis to occur? 1. Chlorophyll, yes. 2. Carbon dioxide, yes. 3. Oxygen, no. So the answer is A. 1 and 2. Question number 31. When using a garden fork, it should be inserted in a slight angle, not vertically, into the ground. A. To increase aeration of the soil, no. to improve drainage of the soil. No. C, to protect organisms in the soil. No. D, for ease of penetration in the soil. The answer is D. Question number 32. Which of the following are true for mitosis? So mitosis is the identical split of a cell. So 1. Species chromosome number is the same. Yes, they're identical, so that's true. 2. Characteristics of species are the same. They would be identical, right? That's true. New plants have different variety. No. So that this one is referring to meiosis, not mitosis. So the answer is A, 1 and 2 only. Question number 33. An organism can have genes added to it to improve food production. This process is called A, cloning, B, mutation, C, tissue culture, D, genetic engineering. The answer is D, genetic engineering. Once you alter the DNA of the animal, that's genetic engineering. Question number 34. Farmer Derek has a farm and 20 hectares of land. He cultivates vegetables, irrigates his crop with water from a pond in which he rears tilapia and grows duck in a pen that extends over the pond. This type of farming is best described as A, mixed farming. Yes, mixed farming. Alright, the distractor question is mixed cropping, but this is when you have different types of crop on the same land, farm. When you have plants and animals, or fish, you call that mixed farming. Alright, 35. A cultural method of controlling weed is the use of, so a cultural method, A, mulching, B, carmix, C, parasite, D, tillage. The answer is A. So a culture is a practice, right? So anything you practice on the farm, any method that is practiced, alright, that would be organic. So B, carmix would be a chemical, parasite would be biological, and D would be mechanical, the use of tools. Question number 36. The length of time a farmer should wait to harvest crop after applying pesticide is known as, the answer is B, pre-harvest interval. So you would not, our interval means time, right? So it means time. So once you spray the crop, the time between spraying the crop and harvest would be pre-harvest, mean before harvest, right? So it's B, the pre-harvest interval. Alright, question number 37. Cucumber planted from seeds would be ready for harvest after A, 2 weeks, B, 4 weeks, C, 6 weeks, D, 6 months. The best answer here is 6 weeks. However, we in the Caribbean would have it 2 months based on experience, but with good technology, 6 weeks it can be done. Or it might start blossoming 6 weeks. The best answer here is 37. Question number 38. Plant tissue culture ensures that 1. Certified virus-free plants are produced, yes, because you're controlling the reproduction. 2. New varieties can be selected quickly, yes, you're controlling the reproduction. 3. Seasonal changes do not affect plantlet production. Right, so you're controlling the procedure. The answer is D, all 3. Alright, question number 39. Which of the following are advantages of processing hot pepper? 1. Allows the farmer to maximize profit. Yes. 2. Reduces the incidence of post-harvest diseases. Yes. 3. Prolong the storage life of the produce. Yes. So the answer is D, all 3. Alright, question number 40. The technique which can be used to remove the water content of a crop is A, drying. Alright, the answer is A, drying. Alright, 41. Which of the following animal regurgitates foods, chew it, and swallow it again? Pigs, no. B, goat, yes. So this is a ruminant. So the answer is B, goat. Rabbit. Rabbit is an iron goat fermenter. It defecates and it eats back some of the defecation. Question number 42 to 43 refers to the following diagram showing parts of the digestive tract of poultry. 42. Which of the parts labeled 1, 2, 3, and 4 is the proventriculus? Alright, so here, the first part of the stomach is the proventriculus. So the answer is C. 43. The function of the part labeled 2 is to A, grind food, B, store food. Alright, so the answer is B, to store food. So, of course, 2 years your crop. Question number 44. Fish meal in an animal ration is a rich source of A. Fat, B. Protein, C. Vitamin, D. Carbohydrate? The answer is B. Protein. So fish meal, fish, a lot of protein in fish. Alright. Question number 45. Item 45 to 46 refers to the following diagram of a hen's egg. Alright, so part label 1 is so 1 here is the yolk, so the answer is yolk. Alright, 2 here would be the chalaza. So here is 46. The function of the part label 2 is to A. Provide oxygen, B. Rotate the yolk, C. Facilitate cell division of the ovum, D. Provide food for the developing embryo. The best answer is B. To rotate the yolk. However, so this is the chalaza, 2 is the chalaza, right? And the chalaza is used mainly. The primary function is to hold the yolk in place. Question number 47. A broiler farmer uses the formula total kilogram of feed eaten over total kilogram of live weight gain times 100 to calculate A. GMP, B. LCR, C. FCR, D. GAP. The answer is C. Feed conversion ratio. Alright. Question number 48. Legumes are planted in a pasture mainly to. Alright, so the answer is D. Keyword is protein. So the legumes, these are plants from the bean family and they are very rich in protein. Question number 49. When building pens for animals, the farmer must ensure that they are well ventilated. This is done to facilitate the movement of A. Air. Question number 50. The best type of soil on which to establish a fish farm is C. Clay. Clay is sticky when wet, it holds a lot of water, the particles are very close, and it can also absorb water. Question number 51. Which of the following are breeds of poultry? A. Leghorn, Plymouth Rock, Newcastle, Hampshire. The answer is A. Alright, so B. Barbados, Blackbelly, Persian, Darpa. These are sheep. C. Shannon, Tuggenbird, Anglo-Nubian goat. D. Landrace, Hampshire, Jersey. This is more like to the pig side. Question number 52. Which of the following animals is reared for milk production? A. Holstein. The answer is A. Holstein. Alright, 53. A cow has difficulties conceiving due to fertility problems. Which of the following techniques is used to overcome this problem? A. Cloning. B. Gene transfer. C. Embryo transfer. D. Artificial insemination. Alright, the answer is C. Alright, so with embryo transplant, the animals would they would have an animal, the donor, that would get pregnant. So they would have an embryo, and what the farmer will do is to take that developed embryo or that fertilized egg, which has developed into an embryo, and transfer it to another female. Alright, that will take care of that embryo until it gave birth. Alright, so the distractor question here is the artificial insemination, but with this method is that you will still deposit sperm. The difference between artificial and natural insemination is that with natural, a penis is used. Artificial, a syringe is used. Alright? And if the animal is having fertility problem, then AI is not necessarily will work. Because the farmer can deposit the sperm artificially, but it may not be fertilized. Alright? But embryo transfer is the surest method. Question number 54. Which of the following occurs during the oestrus cycle? Alright, so A. Fertilization, B. Ovulation, C. Parturition, D. Gestation. The answer is B. Ovulation. Alright, so when the oestrus cycle means the eat cycle. So when the animal come and eat, it means that they have released an egg, right? And they want that egg to be fertilized. Alright, so fertilization here is when the egg is joined to a sperm. When this egg is joined by a sperm. C. Parturition is the act of giving birth. Gestation is the period between conception and birth. Question number 55. Two diseases affecting rabbits are A. Mastitis and polerum, B. Coccidiosis and snuffles. Alright, so this is the answer. Alright, 56. Broiler birds with sign of blister on the face, legs, and other body parts are most likely infected with A. Fowlpox disease. The answer is A. Fowlpox disease. 57. Bees are of economic importance to a citrus farmer because they action the best? Answer is D. Question number 58. The function of the drone in an hive is to A. Mate with the queen. Alright, so it's A. The only function of the drone, which is the male bee, alright, in the colony, is the male. His only function is to mate with the queen. Alright, that's his only function. Right, question number 59. Debeaking is a procedure used to. The answer is D. Reduce cannibalism in poultry. Alright, so cannibalism is when the chicken peck on each other. Question number 60. Which of the following is the correct order for the processes involved in the marketing of eggs? A. Collect the eggs, then you sort them, you clean them, then you grade them. Alright, so this is the answer. Alright, so this is the end of the paper. Alright, so wish you all the best on your exams. Please like, share, and comment. Thank you.